Majority of y'all probably watched my Epstein Files video. I have 2 of them. But with this, it's going to be getting a little bit deeper than just Epstein Files. So today we'll be talking about John Kiriakou. He was a counterterrorism consultant for the United States at one point. He's currently been hitting a lot of For You pages, specifically mine. He's been getting on a lot of podcasts with a lot of different people talking about a lot of different stuff, all revolving around the government. Because if you don't know, he's a whistleblower. He ended up whistleblowing for essentially the type of way they expanded their interrogation to. He felt like it was unethical. In telling the stories about it, they definitely seem unethical. But we're going to get into a couple clips of him, talk about it. And yeah. Hope y'all enjoy. If y'all don't, remember, dislike, unsubscribe. Hope y'all
You're like the most famous guy on the internet now. I don't recognize your normal voice. It's killing me.
I know, right? I don't know how this happened. It just happened, like literally overnight. It just happened.
Can we pull up the latest one that we put up, Thief? Yeah. Let's get John's live reaction. So when this was happening, when you and I did episodes 278 and 279 together, which was a year ago.
So yeah, that is John Kiriakou. Apparently he's been around and on news, media, and everything like that for a while. I'm somebody that's never heard about him, but that's him. This first clip I had to put in here because it is fucking hilarious, and I feel like it's a great introduction to him with all of the knowledge that he has, and it kind of shows how widespread it is.
Can people see this, Steve?
Yeah.
All right, let's roll.
Show museum.
And it was a museum of circus freak shows from the 1800s. Like stuff that had been in these circus sideshows. They had the shadow box hanging on the wall. And there's a
dried out turd.
And it says it's
Abraham Lincoln's final turd.
Come on. So it says on the card, it said when he arrived at Ford's Theater, he had to drop a deuce. And so before he got seated, he went to the men's room.
And he dropped a deuce in the chamber pot.
And then he went back to watch the play.
And he got shot.
Somebody had the presence of mind.
Fish it out.
And they say presence of mind.
Or the sickness.
Well.
There are a lot of Lincoln collectors out there. It's very competitive.
I see an article in the Washington Post about 6 months later saying it's going out of business and they're going to auction everything off. So I told my wife.
I'm buying that turd.
She's like,
oh, no, you're not.
I said,
oh, yes, I am. I'm buying that turd.
My wife and I actually had a strong disagreement about this. I go to the auction, and I
top out at $1,200.
It ends up going for $5,000. So the guy that ended up buying it sends it to some company for a DNA sample. And what they found was it had, like, microscopic bits of a Necco wafer in it. But Necco wafers weren't invented until 1880.
It wasn't his shit. It wasn't his.
It was
some random guy's turd.
That somebody paid
$5,000 for.
So yeah, his knowledge is very diverse, and it's very interesting. It makes a lot of great conversations for a podcast, which is kind of why I think it's happening to him right now, along with the whistleblowing side of him, being able to tell the truth about some of the things people want to know, and he wants to tell people the truth. And he also calls people out for not if they the position that they should. But next little clip we're going to get into, I'm going to play it and we'll talk about it.
Is what she's doing. And I have a theory that I'm confident about. Why would she be so close to John Brennan, of all people? Because every Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock, John Brennan chaired the Kill List meeting. And we know that the Kill List committee was chock full of attorneys, White House, NSC, CIA, DOJ, just to make sure that, yeah, you can legally go out and just kill these people this week. And then we'll meet up again on Tuesday and come up with another list of people to kill. She was on the Kill List committee. I'm confident of it. So she's either murdering people or she's chit-chatting with Jeffrey Epstein. Again, what kind of judgment do these people have? And then where did she go? She became the general counsel at Goldman Sachs.
That's right.
One of the things he's talked about in the past is what's called the Kill List meetings. It was something that was going on when Barack Obama was president. They had a lot of different people that were a part of it. There's National Security Council, attorneys, there's people from the CIA, along with people from the General Counsel's office, and many other people that were coming be a part of it from the terrorism sections of the government. Every Tuesday morning, what he says is that they would get a list of people to kill during those meetings, supposedly, And the next week, they were supposed to come back in and rinse and repeat, saying that he believes that Kathy Rumler, which a lot of her emails are being tied to Epstein, she has over like 500 emails with him. He believes she was part of that list of people that was on the committee to do those things. But another one of the reasons why she was being talked about was because she's in the White House right now and she's doing things that are definitely not for the positive side of the Epstein files. But if this is something that you guys like, if you're interested in that exact interview of him, I will link it down in the description. We're going to get into another clip about him though.
A retired CIA agent who blew the whistle on the agency's Bush-era torture program has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. John Kiriakou becomes the first CIA official to be jailed for any reason relating to the torture program. Under a plea deal, Kiriakou admitted to a single count of violating the Intelligence Identities Protection Act by revealing the identity of a covert officer to a freelance reporter who did not publish it. Under the plea deal, prosecutors dropped charges brought under the Espionage Act. In 2007, Kiriakou became the first CIA official to publicly confirm and detail the Bush administration's use of waterboarding when he spoke to ABC's Brian Ross.
So while watching this, the number one thing that I thought was, who fucked up John's face in the drawing, bro? Like, that is not his nose. I swear to God, even the judge looks... We're not gonna get into that, but this is his first whistleblow. This is about 13 years ago. He actually had charges put against him that all added up to around 45 years. He ended up opting for a plea deal that he only had to do 30 months. That's an amazing plea deal right there for him. But bullshit charges to start off with because he was given the green light to whistleblow. But this is his first ever news speech, news post, whatever y'all want to call it, that he was on. I find it absolutely crazy that he hasn't changed how he is from then to now. With all of the change that there is in the world, he's stayed the same.
At the time, I felt that waterboarding was something that we needed to do. And as time has passed, and as September 11th has moved farther and farther back into history, I think I've changed my mind. And I think that waterboarding is probably something that we shouldn't be in the business of doing.
Why do you say that now?
Because we're Americans and we're better than that.
John Kiriakou's supporters say he has been unfairly targeted in the Obama administration's crackdown on government whistleblowers. In a statement urging President Obama to commute Kiriakou's sentence, a group of signatories, including attorneys and former CIA officers, said, quote, Kiriakou is an anti-torture whistleblower who spoke out against torture because he believed it violated his oath to the Constitution. Please, Mr. President, do not allow your legacy to be one where only the whistleblower goes to jail. Prosecutor Neil McBride, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, defended the government's handling of the case.
Of course, the dirty work by the government is covered up by the dirty workers of the government. Nothing shocking there. Nothing's changed there. But that was one of his oldest clips from what I can tell. I'm going to be showing one more, and that's going to be the end of the video. So if y'all are liking it so far, be sure to like and subscribe. If not, be sure to dislike and unsubscribe. So part of the reason why this next clip is going to be in there is because I actually ended up stumbling on the same information he's saying on TikTok that a lady was talking about, because there is a microchip or a component in certain brands of cars that the FBI can end up tapping into and altering to possibly end up making you crash and such. But here's the clip.
Billions of dollars are spent spying on Americans. And to make matters worse, we know that the CIA can take control remotely of a car's computer system in order to crash the car, take it off a bridge, or take control of your smart TV and turn the speaker into a microphone, even though the TV is off, and broadcast back to the CIA.
Can they do that with devices?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you how we know. There was a CIA software engineer who was disgruntled, and he downloaded tens of thousands of documents classified above top secret. And instead of going to the Russians or the Chinese, he went to WikiLeaks, and they became the Vault 7 documents. So our whole lives are out there, potentially, for someone to use against us. And every country has these capabilities. Listen, I spent 15 years in the CIA. I love this country, but one of the most important things in my life is the issue of ethics, which is...
And I can back that. I feel like a lot of this world should and could be ran by a large amount of ethics. Just knowing right from wrong morally. It doesn't really matter who's telling you to or what feels right to. Morally, you would know. And if you have ethics, you're set. You're really set. He's one of the people in the government and CIA at his time that had it. And, well, we saw how that went. But that was the video for today. Hope y'all did enjoy. If y'all did not, I don't know, dislike it, unsubscribe like I've been saying. Maybe leave some tips down below. I don't know, hope we get better at these. Trying to keep posting as consistent as possible, keeping them around. The goal is under 15 minutes. I feel like a 15-minute video is kind of insane. But hope y'all have an amazing one, and we'll see y'all in the next one.